Islam Makhachev climbing a rope super fast without using his legs. Dang. He keeps it up. He might beat Nina Drama's record. Rumor has it that she's done it with no hands too.
Main card goes on at 8 o'clock. So thank God it'll be a touch cooler, but we're going to be dealing with bugs. So we're preparing for, the unexpected. And I love Justin. Justin's like, when people are like, hey, how you going to deal with the bugs? How you going to deal with this? And he's like, he's got to do it too. So we've added sauna. We started off with putting him in the sauna.
That's a good point. That's something that I don't hear other people talking about when they're like, the bugs. It's like, we're both going to be dealing with the bugs. It's not like just one guy's going to be getting bugged out there. It's both of them.
How I build the rounds is stations. So you're going to have push, pull, endurance, explosion, fast twitch, and a little bit of active rest, but there's no break. Like, it is nonstop. And man, he just plowed through it today, and Justin Gaethje's in shape.
One of the things that I think people aren't considering a lot is a lot of people like to talk about Justin Gaethje like he's kind of a dumb guy. Like, caution to the wind and all that. And he doesn't know how to fight careful. And I think that's kind of good in a situation like this, because then you get an evil genius, this Joker-looking fool, Trevor Wittman, that knows, okay, this is the dynamic we need to have. I need to reel you in. I need to tell you what it's going to be. I need to control what's happening here. I need to lace you up. And then on the other hand, you got Ilia Topuria, who's the kind of dude that's going to surround himself with like nothing but yes men. Nobody could tell him anything. One time, he was saying something, he was calling the shots, and he caught a glance of himself in the mirror, and he almost fired himself because he thought someone was talking back to him. It was just his own reflection. I mean, I know he has dudes in the corner, but he's not going to listen to anybody. He's the kind of dude that's updating his profile and his record before the fight even happens. He's on the table drinking, celebrating his victory the night before. He's the dude that has like this memorial in his bedroom. He has all the photos of these fighters, and he has the roses. Look, personally, I don't know about you. I don't know any other individual that has a bunch of photos, framed photos of shirtless men in their bedroom with roses next to them. I don't know why we're not talking about that. I think it's brilliant what Trevor Wittman's doing. I don't know if you've seen the full video on the YouTube. They have this one guy, when Gaethje's training and doing his thing, they have this guy walking around like with a bucket. He has like a bucket of insects, and he's just like chucking them at Gaethje's face. He's just walking around going like this. He looks like a beekeeper. He's got like a mask and a suit and everything, and he's just going like that. And Gaethje's like... And you know where Gaethje has another advantage? Ilia Topuria is one of these very like metro, sensual, kind of like manscaping individuals. The amounts of different types of like oils and scents and perfumes and lotions and exfoliations, and I think that's why Georgina left him. To be frank with you, he seems like the type of dude that's more manicured than his lady. Ilia Topuria makes Ricky Martin look masculine. At the end of the video, on the YouTube video, you can see Justin Gaethje, and he's just going like full Fear Factor, and he just has his line. They even FaceTime Joe Rogan. They're like, hey bro, are we doing it right? They have all these bugs, and Gaethje's team after practice, they're like having like some wraps and some, vegetables and fiber and stuff like that. Gaethje just sitting there, just eating cockroaches and bees and little centipedes and stuff like that. Like he's microdosing. He's getting that in the system. That dude's gonna be immune.
I'm gonna say he's gonna look for the crowd to get up and support him, get on their feet. If they make enough noise, he'll do the backflip.
Hey, I want to be into this RAF thing so bad. I really want to. I know it's kind of like the cool thing, like it's kind of like a moment that the MMA community's having right now. Like, yeah, UFC, you guys are being boring and weird, and now you got competitors, you got MVP, you got RAF, you got bare knuckle, you got different people that are making moves, and we're gonna watch these other things. And then I watch it, and it's like, it kind of feels like the parts of UFC fights where people boo. I mean, I get that people like that something else is going on and that good matchups are being made. And people are getting excited about seeing some of their favorite fighters do things that the UFC wouldn't typically let them do. But then you watch them do it, and it's like, man, that was super quick, and they were just rolling around. And then when I watch what they do to get a point, I'm like, that's what you got to do to get a point? You just got to go over and get as close as you can to the dude's butt cheeks, and that's a bunch of points right there. Again, the thing that I think is wild about it is, like, if you just watch RAF and you like that for what it is, okay, cool. But it's like, if you're an MMA fan, if you're a UFC fan, and you're like, they're not really doing it for me right now, I'm gonna watch RAF. The thing that you got to come to terms with is like I said, RAF looks like they took out the parts that everyone boos at the UFC, and they're acting excited about it. I didn't even know that this existed. I didn't know what was a thing. And the fact that they have Alex Pereira unboxing, this is like when they have the Rolling Stones music in a commercial. What happened? Who's gonna wear UFC cologne? This is like a notch below Axe body spray. Islam Makhachev climbing a rope super fast without using his legs. Dang. He keeps it up. He might beat Nina Drama's record. Rumor has it that she's done it with no hands too. Ilia Topuria is using a neurostimulation device to help him with camp. It improves focus, mental recovery, and sleep. Not even 100 coffees match the effect of this. I don't even know what it is, but it looks like cheating. This looks like something that the Russian on Rocky would do. I think on Rocky 4, and everybody knows that he was cheating. This is like some Elon Musk, like what's that thing that he's doing that controls like half your brain? This dude has a lot of money and access to a lot of things. I am thinking this is some kind of like AI thing that's somehow merging with his body, and somehow it's like a Terminator training kind of thing. It looks unfair. I mean, I don't think somebody should be allowed to get away with cheating just because it's so high tech that they don't quite understand how to articulate it. To me, this is like picograms that you could plug in. You got Joe Rogan out here complaining, trying to get some restraining orders against these bugs. And then you got a real American warrior in here, Michael Chandler. Look at what he's doing. You got to train.
You got to train. Like the environment you're going to fight in.
Like the environment you're going to fight in.
All right.
He's out there putting in that work.
We got the heat.
And look what he's about to do. I cheated. I watched it real quick.
Look at all these bugs.
Bugs on it.
Hey, we're ready for the bugs. Dana, you said there's going to be bugs, dude?
He's feeling hungry. He needs some of that protein.
Look at all these.
Let's go.
I got it on my face.
He's got bugs on his face. And now he's got bugs in his mouth. Look at that. Fear is not a factor for Michael Chandler, Joe Rogan. Fear is not a factor.
We need an exterminator out here.
He is the exterminator. Michael Chandler is the exterminator.
Hey, that's my coach, dude, right in his style.
Joe Rogan's hiding under the covers calling for that pest control, and then you got Michael Chandler, the exterminator, shows up.
That's pretty crazy. I came out here to acclimate to the
Look at that. Look at all the bugs on his body. He's gonna become like one of these almost villains, like in a superhero movie where like the octopus dude with all the arms and stuff like that. You know how like in the superhero movies, they like you get bit by spider, you become Spider-Man. He's gonna have all these bugs on him. He's gonna be like Bug Man.
acclimated to the bugs too.
Acclimated to the bugs. See, he's eating the bugs. He's chewing on it. He's just out there snorting bugs. He's out there like Conor McGregor, lining bugs up.
Arman, you're a spoiled little brat. You've been talking the talk. Let's see if you can walk the walk. Gas up your daddy's jet. Bring that little Jezebel Nina drama, and I'll see you in Milwaukee on July 18th. No more excuses. It's time to run it. America, God bless everybody.
That little Jezebel Nina drama. Dang! Hey, Nina, you ain't gonna have none of that success. Colby Covington ain't no Giorgio Pollos. He ain't gonna be apologizing. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. No, you're all good. I'm sorry. Nah. Hey, he's gonna tell her like it is.
What is the date for this? You just said it. When did you say? July 18th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. July 18th, Milwaukee.
Arman's like, oh, I'm sorry, brother. I can't. I have a date with Nina that night. I cannot. We are watching a movie.
Tsarukyan versus Colby Covington. Arman,
they should go like classic Covington style. They should like fight for Nina. Now, I don't want to give the impression that I'm regretting this already. I don't want to give the impression that she's any sort of a prize to win.
There's a lot of talk about the manosphere these days. The manosphere. You consider yourself part of the manosphere.
I consider myself a man. That's what I consider myself.
I think the very existence of words like manosphere, just like toxic masculinity and stuff like that, I feel like they're only created and perpetuated as, negative stereotypes. It's a bad thing, I think, in this modern era. People think of it as a bad thing to be a man. Like, to be a man born with it's thought of as like a disability these days, being born a man. It's something that you have to repent for. It's something that you have to go to meetings and tell people that you were born that way. It's something that you should be ashamed of.
Nothing I hate worse than men that don't act like men. So if that puts me in the manosphere, then I guess I'm in.
And we've talked about mental health, men talking about their mental health. We talked about inside and
There's a lot of self-loathing men these days. Men are afraid to be men. Men hate being men. Men are they're afraid of the manly body that they were born in. Some men think that some men resent the fact that they are, a man within a man's body, because they think, a man in a man's body, they think, wait, is that gay? And then they just become confused with their sensuality, and it's just a big mess. I think the uber focus on it, manosphere, masculine, all that stuff is like, you get to the point where you're overthinking it. And what about like girls were girls and men were men, those were the days. Now I know why Joe Rogan's so afraid of those bugs at the White House. Look at those mosquito bites. He's already living on a daily basis with that affliction. He's just trying to warn others.